with Niall Eccles. Niall Eccles down towards Niall Carroll. Niall Carroll now under pressure from John O'Brien trying to get his challenge in, but Niall Carroll difficult to knock off the ball, and now Stephen Kilcoyne is trying to get in it as well, and Stephen Kilcoyne does well, and he manages to get that ball as far as Mickey Clark. John O'Brien back with it now. Now it's with Conor Finnegan. Not much room to manoeuvre for any player down in front of the stand here. That ball sent long. Not good hands there by Barry Faulkner, but he might get a second chance, and he does, but he's pushing the back as he tried to pick that ball up on his toe, and Faulkner now down on the ground, and that he's just gradually getting up to off the ground now, but it is going to be a free out for St Mary's, and the man that is going to take this one is John Bingham. So John Bingham now to take this one. This one is just about 25 metres out from his own goal, decides to go back with it, and he finds his goalkeeper Peter Duffy. So Peter Duffy now coming forward with it, back to John Bingham once again. John Bingham now soloing forward outside the 20 metre line. Now it's with Evan Keenan once again. Evan Keenan, back it goes. St Mary's don't know whether it's the best option. They're playing it short and asking for a bit of trouble. John Bingham has it back once again, and again O'Mahony's trying to close them down at every available opportunity. Conor Keenan now, and it's all the way back to Peter Duffy. This is more like soccer. Peter Duffy not controlling it all that well, but this is a little bit of silly play, and I don't think the Mary selectors will be too pleased at the way their team are walking this ball out here. They're playing a dangerous game. They still have it, Evan Keenan, but for how long I wonder. Ronan Carroll now back there as well. Ronan Carroll now, and again he's soloing out. He's on his own half back line. Now he finds Evan Keenan once again. Evan Keenan, well, it could be a little bit dangerous, but they managed to hold on to it. Now it's with Darren Clark. Darren Clark now brought to ground by the O'Mahony's defend. Ronan Bourne conceding the free. Darren Clark has it. He's a good 50 metres or so away from the post. Tried to take it quickly, but now the referee has blown his whistle, and he decides that Darren Clark has to take this one for a second time. So Darren Clark now, and what player will be showing for this one? There was a lot of space there opening up, and Paddy Clark now has it. So one cousin to another. Oh, bad ball by Paddy Clark. Didn't mistime that one completely, and it was broke down badly, and Liam Dullahan gets it back for O'Mahony's. Now the Stephen Fisher has it back to Liam Dullahan now once again. A chance for O'Mahony's to break, and Liam Dullahan, loads of space opening up in front of him, and nobody closing him down. Still Liam Dullahan, can he finish it off with a score? He goes for it right footed, and it's dangerous. Conor Crawley gets a touch on it, and it's taken a touch off one of the Mary's defenders. It's going to be a 45. So dangerous ball played in by Liam Dullahan. Didn't get the score out of it, but Conor Crawley was in there as well, making causing he was his usual busy self and trying to get possession there, trying to get a knock on it. In the end though, it goes out off a Mary's defender, and it is a 45, and it's going to be Conor Finnegan to take this one. So it's level pegging, 7 points apiece with just over 7 minutes gone in this second half. Where will the Joe Ward be heading to this evening? I wonder, are we to have another day out? You never know. We haven't had a draw in the Louth Championship, the final, since 2011. That was Pats against Newtown Blues, but we're a long way from maybe contemplating replays at this stage. A lot of football still to be played. Over 20 minutes still to go. As Conor Finnegan now with the 45, and again taking his time about this one, looking to make sure of it. Here he comes now, Conor Finnegan, looking good from Conor Finnegan, and that's straight over the green spot. Good score from Conor Finnegan. This time it's a 45, and that nudging his team back in front at 8 points to 7, Stefan.
Yeah, immaculate free taken from young Finnegan, even when he got that chance early in the second half. Really has punished any mistakes. I know the ball came from a 45, but the O'Mahony's, if they get a grip on this game, the Marys will find it hard to get back, because they have defensive ideas about themselves, and if they can close it out. But it's a very entertaining game. Balls given away early in the second half with the Marys has been their downfall, and they need to curb that.
Here's John Bingham now coming onto it over on the far side of the field. He's got support now coming from Darragh McConnon. Darragh McConnon now sending it on as far as John Bingham. Back to McConnon once again. He dropped it, but Bingham is in support and just mopping up the danger there. Back to Mark Fay once again. Now it's with Ronan Carroll. Robbie Levy, in fact. Robbie Levy gets it back to John Bingham once again. John Bingham trying desperately to keep it in play. The ball runs as far as Dean Matthews. Just trying to keep it in there was Conor Keenan, and Conor Keegan has been brought to ground, and it's going to be a free in for St Mary's. They trail by 8 points to 7, but this might be a chance here. Darren Clark out on the far side of the field. Not an easy kick by any means. It's about 30 metres or so out from the post, and Darren Clark now, we've seen him pointing plenty of times in the county jersey, at least from this distance out. Now can he make sure of this one and bring his team back to parity? Here he comes now, Darren Clark floating this one in with the right boot, and this one is gone. Well, the referee has blown his whistle. Yes, and he's going to hop it. In fact, he's calling play back. It wasn't on target anyway from Darren Clark, but now it's going to be a hot ball, I think. Yes. So referee Stephen Johnson has blown his whistle, and going into Shane Brennan, the O'Mahony's captain, is going to contest this one alongside Ronan Carroll. The other two players now standing close to the referee for this hot ball. So Darren Clark didn't make sure of the score anyway, as the referee throws the ball up now and contesting this one. Ronan Carroll wins it brilliantly, and he's got support now with Conor Keenan. Here's an opportunity. Paudie Clark now taking on his man, trying to run past Court Murphy. Still Paudie Clark. Now can he find Ronan Carroll? Back it goes now again. Here's Niall Eccles, the team captain. Right across it goes to Ronan Carroll. Ronan Carroll swings it in with the left boot, goes for the score and sends it right and wide. Mary's first wide of the second half. Ronan Carroll, and again working themselves into a good position there, Stefan, but the final execution, unfortunately for the Marys, not the best in the end.
Yeah, and you would have thought from that angle, Colin, 30 yards, 35 yards. I know there's a bit of a breeze against him, but it would have suited him to curl it over the left foot. Just got his angles wrong. But in fairness, O'Mahony's putting a lot of pressure on the ball when the Marys do take the shot.
Here's a kick out now from goalkeeper Kevin Brennan. Out, great distance on the kick there. The wind probably carrying it on its way a little bit as well. That break won by O'Mahony's initially, but they give it back, give it away to the Marys. And coming out now, it's Conor Keenan. Conor Keenan has the ball robbed away from him by Liam Dullahan, and Liam Dullahan decides, the referee is he's given a hot ball again. The referee Stephen Johnson
hit off from Colin. Yep.
It hit off Stephen Johnson, so it's going to be a hot ball, and in there Conor Martin trying to get his hands in it, but the loose ball coming Robbie Levy's way. Robbie Levy getting it back now as far as Evan Keenan. Evan Keenan now in towards the centre of the field, soling forward, fisted out as far as Mark Fay. Mark Fay, though, he's still in his own half of the field. Across it goes, gets the return pass from Conor Keenan. Conor Keenan out. Here's Robbie Levy. Robbie Levy now player on the overlap, and that on the far side, that is Evan Keenan once again. Evan Keenan now in possession, right at the centre of the field, soling forward just outside the 65-metre line, running into a challenge there from John O'Brien, is determined not to concede the free. The ball bouncing around here, it takes the deflection. Also in there, Barry O'Brien getting his challenge in. Now it comes across to this near side of the field. Not the best of balls, and St Mary's have picked it up. The loose ball finding Darren McConnon. Darren McConnon now to Mark Fay. Fay now to Paudie Clark. Paudie Clark now 30 metres or so out from the post, and he went for it. Well, it might just stay in play. No, it doesn't. Paudie Clark, and again it didn't have the accuracy at all, and again he sliced his kick there, promising there from St Mary's, but again the finishing letting them down, Stephen.
Yeah, they're not getting the ball in, obviously with the elements, a wee bit of elements is against. They're not getting the ball into the man who was causing them trouble in the first half, which was Dean Matthews. Obviously they're not getting the chance to move the ball, but when they get the ball, they're going sideways instead of moving it long if they can, because once the ball breaks down, the O'Mahonys are trickling back a couple of men to block up any service.
Kick out, and again it's a great long one from Kevin Brennan, and it goes past a few players now. That break is going to be won by Stephen Fisher in there underneath that one. A loose ball, it's on the ground once again, trying to win it for, and winning it well for St Mary's. Looks like Mark Fay, and he's got his free, and it's taken quickly. Ronan Carroll, the Mary's anxious to speed it up here now, and they feel perhaps now that this game is theirs for the taking. In towards Paudie Clark, that ball runs past him though, trying to get onto it was Mark Fay. O'Mahony's though have numbers back, and they're able to defend against that one, and it's fisted out by John O'Brien. John O'Brien now finding Stephen Fisher on the far side of the field. O'Mahony's coming out, still Fisher already dropped the ball, goes under the feet there of Stephen Johnson. He got out of that one a bit quicker. Here's Darren Clark. Darren Clark now back in turn to Conor Keenan. Keenan now playing it right across to this near side, in towards the centre. Now it's with Niall Eccles, the captain, flicks it over the head and gets the return pass from Ronan Carroll. Still Niall Eccles player on the overlap. This is Mark Fay, could be a goal chance. Mark Fay goes to back, and in from Mark Fay. Goal for the Marys, and Mark Fay is the man who has got it. Mark Fay with the goal. Brilliant goal right down the middle, giving Kevin Brennan no chance whatsoever. Wonderfully worked goal, and Mark Fay, perhaps one of the unsung heroes and unsung figures in the Mary's attack. Well, he absolutely blasted it. A tremendous individual goal, but a great great goal, great teamwork in the build-up to the goal. Ronan Carroll involved. Mark Fay was the man who was in space and stuck it past Kevin Brennan. Could be a big turning point in the game, Stephen.
Huge turning point, and they've been doing really in that goal all they have been doing all day. Patient, giving the ball to the right man in space, but they started to move, and when they moved at pace, Colin, they tore the O'Mahony's defence open, and when they got to the right man, a super finish. worthy of any county final.
Yes, here's Ben McLaughlin sending that one in a free. Ben McLaughlin just hasn't been functioning today to the levels that he has been all season, Stefan. He's had a few opportunities, half opportunities, and he holds his hand up knowing he should have done better with that one. That was nowhere near the post. It's O'Mahony's second wide of the afternoon. And no question, Stefan, of the character of O'Mahony's. We certainly won't be writing them off. They have 16 minutes to come back here, but that goal, just psychologically, how much of an effect might that have on them at this stage?
Well, the next score is vital, Colin. The O'Mahonys need to get it from their point of view, not to stay in the match. Loads of time left. There's loads of issues going to be done yet, but the Marys have their tails up. And from a football end of things, if they can move the ball at pace and get it to the right men, this game could run out of the Shawns very quickly. Yeah, here's Ronan Carroll now, and plenty of purpose about the Marys here now. Their tails are up after that goal from Mark Fay. The goal arriving after 14 minutes of play. 2 points between the teams. 1 goal and 7 for St Mary's. 8 points for the Sean O'Mahonys. Stephen Johnson is going to throw the ball up once again, and just a chance for everybody to draw their breaths now, because there is a Marys player down injured. But the Marys, well, at one stage, I suppose, up until the goal, the last couple of points going O'Mahony's way, and we just felt maybe that O'Mahony's were just getting a little bit of a foothold in the game, Stefan, and we know what they're capable of in those sort of situations and grinding down teams, but so far that hasn't been the case, and that's not working out like that. No, and I thought when they went a point up in a couple of passages of play, Colin, before the goal over near the far side, they forced the Marys to kick the ball down to where there was 2 Sean O'Mahonys against 1 Marys player, and it was intercepted. And the O'Mahonys are very good at kind of getting that kind of 2 against 1 ball and coming out and wee short pass and moving it out. They're very, very quick mindset with their hands. They don't kick the ball aimlessly. But I'm disappointed with some of the O'Mahony's forwards today. Apart from young Kilcoyne and I think young Fisher, the rest have been slightly anonymous. And you know, Ben McLaughlin, young McLaughlin, I think Conor Crawley has been poor. He's strutting about there, and you know, he either needs to get involved in the game and get them to dump the ball in on top of him, because he can't. He has to get the ball in high. And I think that, you know, if there's an opportunity for the Sean O'Mahonys to do it, I think they need to do it very quickly. Yes, Darren Clark has just won a free for his team, and something has been said again by the O'Mahonys, one of the O'Mahonys players, and the referee Stephen Johnson brings the ball forward. It could very soon be a 3-point game here, and John O'Brien, I think, telling some of his fellow teammates to keep their mouths shut, because they know what's at stake here. They don't want to fall any further behind, but I think they are, because Darren Clark now is sizing this one up here with his team leading by 2 points, 1-7-8. Here comes Darren Clark now, about 30 metres out from the post, swings it with that trusty right boot of his, and it's over the crossbar from Darren Clark. This is a good spell, this, from St Mary's. Darren Clark following up on the goal. You mentioned the next score after the goal was always going to be crucial, Stefan. There's going to be a change, I think. David Dowling, the old head in the O'Mahony's team, vastly experienced. I think he's moments away from coming in, and it's hardly surprising, Stefan, because I think the O'Mahony's bench, or the O'Mahony's management, will certainly be contemplating changes now the way this game is going for them. They definitely need something around the middle of the field. I think that Robbie Levy and Ronan Carroll have been, you know, starting to get a little bit of a foothold in there, and they'll need David Dowling possibly to go in around there to break up the play. And a fist on it there coming from Ronan Carroll, and he finds one of his men. That man now is Evan Keenan onto it, and Evan Keenan onto Darren McConnon. That ball sent down now. A lot of purpose about the Marys here as they come forward again. Here's Paddy Clark. Paddy Clark just struggling to stay on his feet, gets it back to his cousin Darren. Darren selling the dummy to his man, running into 2 challenges. Ronan Bourne giving chase. Back it goes now. Still Marys have it. Go back to Darren McConnon. Darren McConnon now. John Bingham joining the attack. Now it's a goal scorer, Mark Fay, and the man is just not able to close him down. Back it goes to Ronan Carroll, looking for a score. Ronan Carroll, and it's over the crossbar from Ronan Carroll. Ronan Carroll delivers, just about had the distance. The goalkeeper Kevin Brennan managing just to tap it over the crossbar, but 3 scores now in succession. The goal and the 2 points from Ronan Carroll. Darren Clark's free. The goal, of course, from Mark Fay. 1 goal and 9 to 8 points. It will take a big effort in such what had been a tight game, Stefan, but a 4-point game now, and O'Mahony's, if they don't buck themselves up quickly, this game is going to run away from them, no question about that. Yeah, well, just in the last number of minutes, the Marys, for an awful lot of young guys, have shown an awful lot of experience, got on the ball, and you know, Ronan Carroll, he missed one from the exact same spot maybe 2 or 3 minutes previous to that, but this time made no mistake. Definitely the O'Mahony's will definitely need the next score column, because, you know, 4 points is a two score game. They'll definitely need a score very soon.
And they have a 1-3 for themselves straight away. The substitute, David Dowling, making his presence felt there. He's 1-3 for himself. It's taken by John O'Brien. Down towards the corner it goes. Racing after this one now, it's Ben McLaughlin. Ben McLaughlin, it hasn't been his afternoon so far. Can he exert some sort of influence now in the closing stages? Here's Stephen Kilcoyne. Stephen Kilcoyne playing it to the loose man. That's John O'Brien. John O'Brien might fancy it now with the left boot. Sending it in, it comes off the croft. The post comes back down. Here is David Dowling, goes for the goal, and it takes a deflection. Well, it wasn't really near the goal. It takes a deflection out for a 45. But for a moment there, well, David Dowling, it would have been an ambitious one in the first place, but it doesn't find the target. But it has taken a touch off of Mary's body in the end, and it is a 45. So time now, certainly on St Mary's side, just over 10 minutes of normal time to go. The RD men have a 4-point lead for themselves, 1 goal and 9 to 8 points. Mark Fay with the goal, 14 minutes in, followed soon after by Darren Clark's free, and then that was just a wonderful point with the left boot from Ronan Carroll. Now the 45, here comes Conor Finnegan now. Conor Finnegan with the 45, they need it, and they've got it as well, and it's Conor Finnegan with the point. They need every score and every chance that comes away. They need to take it. They're still chasing the game. One goal, the goal separating the teams now, 1 goal and 9 to 9 points with almost 20 minutes gone in this second half. So is it to be St Mary's Day, I wonder? It's been a good year so far for the underdog. Remember, St Kevin's won the junior 3 weeks ago. Last week it was St Joseph's against Matagan, the intermediate, and St Mary's going in here as underdogs against the Sean O'Mahony's. So it could be a clean sweep if things continue to go the way it has been in this second half. But let's not write off O'Mahony's just yet, because they are a very capable team still, and still capable of a big finish even when not functioning at full throttle, and that's been the case today. Stephen Kilcoyne now manages to get round his man, and that man in question was Barry Faulkner. Stephen Kilcoyne, was he tripped? Nose to the referee. Referee happy to play on. Carl Faulkner now under pressure from Stephen Kilcoyne, and Kilcoyne manages to pick it up. Good play there, tenacious play by Stephen Kilcoyne. Now can he try to get a chance of a score here? Back it goes to Conor Finnegan. Conor Finnegan might be fancying it in towards the danger zone. Couple of O'Mahony's man gets it. It is Stephen Fisher, goes for the point. This one is hanging up in the air, and Stephen Fisher sends it right and wide from Stephen Fisher. All credit there, Stephen, to Stephen Kilcoyne. He kept at it, he wasn't giving up, and it sent the ball in, but Fisher's execution again, a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, he's done well, young Kilcoyne, because he lost the ball, and in fairness to young Faulkner, he has played a super match. I thought he was fouled, but he dispossessed him, got it back out, and like Stevie Fisher, you would have thought that he'd bang it over 20 odd yards out with his left foot. But loads of time left. There's 9 minutes on the clock plus 2 or 3 columns, so plenty of time for the Sean O'Mahony's to get back into this game.
Yes, and all the character that O'Mahony's have shown in the last 2 years, it's needed. More of it's needed now at the moment. Stephen Kilcoyne now gets underneath this one. Can St Mary's dispossess him? Still Stephen Kilcoyne. He's not giving up on this one, but he's lacking support there. Shane Brennan tries to push his man out over the line, and that's what he does. Niall Eccles, the Mary's captain, and referee, I don't think saw anything wrong with that. Niall Eccles is down on the ground now, and he is going to need attention. He was bundled out over the line, but O'Mahony's, needless to say, chasing this game, and they want to get on with it quickly. Conor Finnegan and John O'Brien standing over the ball, and it's going to be John O'Brien to take this one, but Stephen Johnson now has decided that he is having words with one of the mentors, and just to sort things out. Yes, well, Niall Eccles I think has resumed play as John O'Brien sends that long one in underneath this one. Oh, David Dowling, back it goes now. Here's an opportunity. It's Conor Martin, a long ball in, a high ball in. Mary's fist gets to it, giving chase. Ronan Carroll can't keep that one in play, and it's another O'Mahony's ball. With O'Mahony's now, you can just sense the urgency in their play here. They're showing a kind of urgency that they weren't showing perhaps a little bit earlier on. They need to, because the clock is running down and the scoreboard is not favouring them, of course, either. 1 goal to make up. That sideline ball taken by Conor Finnegan, sends it in and sends it badly right and wide. Uncharacteristic miss there from Conor Finnegan. It was well wide, Stephen.
Poor choice, Colin, from the bottom right hand side out. You know, I look at us all, and I look at corner fellas that's kicking balls with the outside of the boot, and it's 1 out of 10, and that was a ball to kick with inside to get it across the goal. You know, you have 3 or 4 big men in there, and they needed to get their hands on it rather than kicking it aimlessly so that nobody could. But definitely the wee bit of momentum has swung back with the O'Mahony's, but they need to get a couple of scores on the board. Possession's no good unless you stick it on the scoreboard.
And here they come now again. O'Mahony's not beaten yet, though. Here comes Niall McLaughlin, the substitute. He's on a run down this right hand side. Niall Eccles giving chase. Still Niall McLaughlin. Can he get the score out of it? It goes across the face of goal. Conor Finnegan knocks it down. Here's an opportunity. Oh, blocked down brilliantly. Comes all the way back as far as Liam Dullahan, and it's over the crossbar from Dullahan. And Dullahan rising his hands in the air, urging his troops on. They need more of those. They're still in the game, and it's Liam Dullahan with the point. And Liam Liam Dullan. They'll settle for that score at this stage. Still time, Stefan.
Yep.
10 points now for O'Mahony's, 1 goal and 9, so 3 points, 2 points rather the difference, 2 points the difference. And the referee, I think, is he going to, yes, he's coming out now, he's going to hop the ball. Peter Duffy, I don't know what
Taking
exactly.
his time, yep.
He's taking too long about it, so the referee has signalled. So it's 10 points to a goal, and 10 points to a goal and 9, 2 points between the teams here. Liam Dullan with that score after 23 minutes of play, and that ball thrown up here, and O'Mahony's hands get on it, but it's been touched on the ground by Conor Crawley, and it's going to be a free out for St Mary's. That'll be a chance for them now, and I don't think they're any great rush to take it, judging by John Bingham. He's just having a look around here, certainly not as urgent as a little bit earlier on when they scored the goal and were looking for a couple of points then to open up a cushion for themselves. He plays it back to Peter Duffy, but Peter Duffy now up along the sideline and goes back to John Bingham. John Bingham now with his team holding on for this 2-point lead, but they're playing a defensive game here now. They're a bit it looks like possession football at the moment, but a bit too early to be engaging in this sort of thing with still 6 minutes on the clock. That's what they're doing. Back to Peter Duffy, the goalkeeper again, and he's in no great rush, but man, he's not really putting him under pressure. He sends it long this time, and Paudie Clark now has come out to meet it. In the end, it's worked out well for St Mary's, heading out towards the far side. Good play in the end from Peter Duffy. He spotted that Paudie Clark had come off from his 40-yard position. The ball now, though, has been given away by the Marys, and it's Liam Dullan who has it now for the Sean O'Mahony's. His team still chasing it. 2 points of difference between the teams. Shane Brennan now trying to show leadership, the team captain for O'Mahony's. Now running forward, it's Conor Finnegan. Conor Finnegan now looking for options, decides to send it down along this near side of the field. The player picking up is Stephen Fisher. Stephen Fisher now just taking on his toe. Thought about the pass. When he goes for the pass, the man who picks it up now, it's Ronan Bourne. Ronan Bourne, the full back. Can he finish it off with a score? Ronan Bourne, looking good from Ronan Bourne. It's over the crossbar. We're down to a 1-point game. Ronan Bourne with the point, coming up from his full back position. The dual player Ronan Bourne, and this is sort of